Amnian Nights, Mr. Death summarizes.
Gasp. All right, well, it'll be a quick summary because we are mid-dungeon.
Quicker!
So, last time, Atticus and Sire mostly argued through the first part. Then we went to sleep after every argument was thrown and they were thoroughly cross with each other. Then we have left off. We have arrived at a scene of murder, several murders, a battle scene where people were murdered by ogres and yetis. We have been very thorough again with checking every single part of that scene. Every single one of us found something to look out for. And we have established pretty much everything that happened. And then promptly just left, really, into the woods without a good idea of what we're looking for. And still we have found an opening in the ground. Around that opening, we have also found several tricksy little methods. The methods have quickly turned hostile and soon revealed that they are very much in league with whatever we are hunting, presumably the Yeti being the ringleader for all the little strange beasties that are around. So that was fun. The invisible methods have been an annoyance, but we have managed to keep everyone stable and in upright positions. No one fell, even though our companion Verneem was close to it. And then finally we have entered the cave, presumably of the Yeti, although for the most part we have seen spider signs all around. And we have tried to avoid whatever beast that might be. And finally we have found a secret passage just at the end. Obsidian with his keen eyes, which have helped throughout the whole day, managed to notice something under the ice when a secret passage was found and then promptly explored by said daring adventurer. And now we're probably all going through.
Someone's really proud of himself.
I think that's the most animated in like 3 years of friendship I've ever seen you be. So yeah, you give yourself inspiration. And yeah, we will pick up with Atticus, Sire, Verneem. Obsidian has lowered himself into the icy water, dipped under, and dragged himself along this flooded tunnel into the black depths. And some 30, 60 seconds later, it remains quiet.
Was this really a good idea? Like, we're after a Yeti, right? So why do we think climbing into a small watery ice hole is a good idea?
I think the plan was to avoid the head-to-toe spider-webbed encrusted tunnel.
I mean, I'm sure
He's
we
okay,
can take a
right?
few spiders.
I mean, they seem to do good work to the guy who died from poison. Is he okay? He's going to be okay. Is he going back?
I mean, isn't he like amphibious or something?
Also,
Actually,
can I just check?
maybe.
I can't hear the scene sounds. Can you all hear the scene sounds?
Yeah, I can hear some spooky.
Yeah,
like,
it was there last time, but not for me.
noises.
How frustrating. I will restart that while you're talking.
They're very faint.
I have them very faint because you like to jump scare me with sound.
How dare.
I'll go check. You stay here with Vanim?
Well,
I guess so.
During this time, because I'm thinking about how we left off, Mr. Death, well, Obsidian, you had, there we go, it's come on for me now. You had emerged into a feeling hard floor beneath you.
Mm-hmm.
But your eyes, unaccustomed to the dark, could not see.
Yes. I stayed there for a moment and nothing seemed to attack me. I believe I've tried sort of staying quiet and listening if anything approaches, but seemingly there's nothing around, or if there is, it's staying still. So at that point, I decided to go back into the water and return to the group.
Okay.
Report and see how we can progress with light this time around.
And as you just are just readying yourself to take the plunge, Sire, the surface ripples for a moment, and then the reptilian head emerges from the water.
Okay, you're okay. What did you see?
Not much, unfortunately. The light does not pierce to the cave on the other side.
Well, quite a lot of use that was then.
There's seemingly nothing hostile directly nearby. The exit on the other side.
Okay.
Do you
I
reckon
mean,
this might be worth traversing?
I don't like that it's so dark. I thought maybe it was a way out, perhaps, but I think it's better than the spiders, for sure. Is it far?
No.
Can you breathe underwater?
Yes.
Huh.
Told you.
That's handy. Yes.
Do you need to make a deception check?
No. I mean, technically, I guess he cannot breathe underwater. He can just not breathe for 15 minutes. So that's.
I mean, you know what? Like.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. I was like, if you can't, then you need to roll it.
Okay, so will we who cannot breathe underwater be able to make the swim?
I should be able to. It's not very far. It's mostly just the cold.
Are we gonna die of exposure down here?
Not if we take our clothes off.
You have far softer skin than I do.
You know what they
I'm not
say
sure.
you're supposed to do when you're really cold and you've been in cold water? Rub yourself with snow. But isn't that just completely ridiculous?
I have never tried it.
No.
If we could keep our clothes dry somehow, that would work. But I don't have any leathers, or I don't think anything that will.
I can lend you some clothes, okay? And
Your clothes will get soaked on the way there.
He will take off his backpack, open it up, and take out 2 full sets of clean, dry clothes.
Okay, but they're dry now. But if
so
we go
I'll leave
into the
them
water,
here, and then we'll swim through.
and
when
then
we
we'll
come
be
back,
naked on the other side.
well, I was gonna keep my current clothes on, but you can be naked if you want.
Oh,
And when we come back, we'll have something to change into.
Unless we freeze to death in the time, but I see what you mean now.
That it's always a possibility, but we can't really keep anything that we take through dry. I'm not a magician, you know.
Well, in that case,
all this shouldn't be a problem for Vonim. Is that correct?
Well, I can try and join you, yes, and dry ourselves afterwards.
I mean, the cold won't be a problem to you.
Oh no,
Good.
not nice
Well-
being wet though.
Okay. I guess it
I
was on
see.
the spiders.
Well, if it's
Mm.
if you two are going to freeze, maybe me and Vonim just take a look around. If it's a dead end, it would be. Although it is a risky proposition. I don't know what are the limits of your flesh.
I guess we'll find out. She's going to remove the furs that she has borrowed and leave them neatly on a corner so that they don't get wet. And maybe they serve as some sort of like wrap on the way back, if there is a way back. I guess we're doing this. Maybe Volim goes after you. And does the light go into the water? Mine won't. It's just the dot.
It
I
did.
can. Yeah, it's
Okay.
lingering halfway down at the moment. She's like, I can bring it with me once I get past it.
Yes. I will follow you. Okay.
And she takes there's a couple of scrolls and sort of loose things that she puts into a case and fastens and just generally sort of tries to waterproof herself slightly.
Yep, so then we'll wait until the preparations are done and then just go first.
Yep.
Diving right down.
And Atticus and Ciri, you see there's a slight moment of steel on herself, look peering over the edge, and then just and there's a full little pencil jump.
Oh, you might want to acclimatize your skin first. Oh, okay. Sita just kind of like puts her hands in, does a little, puts the icy cold water in her wrist, icy cold water on the back of her head. And once she sees she's got some distance, she'll turn around, give Atticus a nod. Okay. Don't think about it too much. And goes in.
Yep, he will have left the furs and left 2 sets of dry clothes.
Okay. Jumping in. You both emerge in a dark, cold chamber and immediately just hear breathing of those who got there before you.
Okay.
A moment later you hear it's silent, it's heavy, and over pants Vanim is like, "Oh, one moment," and you hear sort of noise as she sort of like lies down next to the pool, and you sort of hear like her dip an arm in, and the room gradually illuminates as she beckons the dancing lights forward. And they come up out of the hole, illuminating the room you're in. How are you all feeling? It was very cold.
Is it dry cold at least, or is there wind inside this? This would be a good time to check if there's any wind in this cavern.
There was a bit of a breeze before, there is not now.
Okay. Well, I guess the only thing to do is, and she starts just doing jumping jacks, trying to make sure the blood is still circulating all around. Okay. So, shall we?
I shall.
She's like,
The
here's
light
something cozy.
will be necessary.
This really doesn't look like a cave that might have ogres in, but what do I know?
And you would notice, obviously the things that are in there you'd notice, but Siri, as you're heading in, presuming you're following along, you would notice something that wasn't apparent from the other side with the ice of the walls. There has clearly been, in this chamber at some point of time, a cave-in or a collapse with a lot of loose rock on this side. However, from the other side of the cave, it would seem like it was all maybe iced over, and it wasn't immediately apparent. But yeah, you find a small cache, couple of
In there?
chests.
Oh no. I'd like to examine the cave-in, actually.
Sure. What in particular are you looking for?
Residue. If the patterns of the stone, mostly sort of trying to figure out if it was a natural cave-in or sort of like an assistant cave-in.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
One day I will find an Ayun stone of intelligence, and I will be very, very happy. I love her.
There
That's
are
one.
a great number of rocks on the floor. They don't.
Very dark.
They don't seem. There doesn't seem to be much on the walls and the way of like holes. Maybe these rocks were piled here. Maybe they fell from above. But one thing you do know for certain, there are many rocks.
So many rocks. Of the rocky variety.
You do feel the slightest draft coming from between the rocks.
If we had time and materials, we could probably dig a hole through these.
You think it's worth our while?
If we get trapped in here somehow, then yes, but not right now. What did you find?
I have obsidian with the treasure. Lots and lots of treasure.
What do we wish to do? There is 2 chests, and there is, true to the picture, a large sack of gold coins that is tipped over.
Oh,
Oh, is that what it is?
I thought it was a plant.
Me too.
My cartographer, everyone. I will open the southmost chest, the one that's near me.
You open it up, and it is got inside. Where are we? There is a dried, tightly tied bundle of what looks to be a herb or a plant. And there is also a pair of unusual, almost like leather, but not entirely, sandals.
Well,
I will show them to you. Though it may take just one moment. Oh no, why is it coming through like that? That's not what I wanted to happen. Is that showing up for you?
Nope.
Oh no. Okay, I will drop the image in our Discord chat. But yes, a pair of unusual sandals.
Well, I will take the herbs.
And recognisably, a healing potion.
Oh, excellent. I'll take the herbs with the view. I mean, I'm not particularly interested. I don't know much about it, but I'll be like, oh, Asher might want this, so we'll take it back for her. And I guess I'll take the healing potion and give the gator skin sandal to Obsidian.
Yeah, I've put the image in the chat now. I will. I'll have them ready for you to see another time.
These look like very high-end, well-crafted. Might even be magical, but since I'm just a pleb, we'll have to, inspect them later to find out. They do look like they're very you, though.
As Atticus is handling that chest, Obsidian will probably just see what's in the other.
You open the other one, and inside it is filled to the brim with snow.
Okay. This is unusual.
And I'll make it clear, it is filled level with snow. And although this is obviously using terminology that your characters wouldn't understand, this is not like your freezer desperately needs to be thawed and it has become compacted with messy ice.
Gotcha.
It is your flake salt in a little wooden chest next to the hob level.
Vonim, I don't suppose you're any good at identifying magical items.
I can't remember if she is. She's all the way back there.
She has detect magic, but nothing. I don't know if I identify.
Let me just see. She says, no, that isn't something I have.
That's fine.
I might have a scroll somewhere. I can check when I know that we're not about to get wet again.
I don't think that's worth the bother. We can always check next time we make camp or something. Speaking of scrolls, I found this one on one of those bodies by the ogre. Do you, as a sigilist, do you happen to know what it might be? And I will show her that I looted a spell scroll.
This looks to be. Are you familiar with many arcane?
I'm afraid
spells?
Not really. I have a 1 or 2 basics, but they're more innate. I don't know anything about learning.
This would create an orb of energy, which, depending on the whim of its caster, can be molded to a number of different elemental uses. Terribly painful.
Interesting. Well, we'll hang on to that for later.
And if you, out of character, didn't get it, chromatic orb.
Definitely did get it.
Why would there be a chest just full of snow? Do you want to tip it over, see if there's something
Maybe
else?
there is something in the snow.
Go on, big boy. Give it a dig around.
Maybe don't touch it. Maybe just tip it over.
Do you think this is enchanted snow?
I don't know, but better safe than sorry.
I guess he can tip it over. I don't feel like that would eject snow from the container. Typically.
No?
Depends how cold it is, I guess, or something.
Yeah,
How
I guess
compacted it is.
Mm.
Yeah, to be fair, it's not like it just snowed into it, and that then is just, perfectly soft.
You also don't need to listen to Miss Riskaverse.
Do it.
Yeah, I mean, he'll knock the chest over, see if there's any reaction to it.
So what? You just getting it in?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe like if it's possible to just hold the whole chest, he will just sort of turn it upside down.
I mean, with your strength, you absolutely could. I imagine if you wanted to, you've got 18 strength. It's no different than picking up a box of. Yeah. So you want to just pick it up and just flip
Make it snow
and dump its contents out. Yeah. Okay. You do so. You tip the chest. There's about one moment of like cling before and the snow falls out. And you hear, all of you, a loud, wet crack.
I think I know. Is there a creature on the ground?
No, it's a bottle.
As after a couple of moments, you see sort of a little bit of colour leaching through the snow, and you see there is now a large opaline shattered egg about this big, which is now leaching its contents into the snow. Yellow and a disconcerting hint of red in the growing puddle.
Seems like this was not the way to handle this.
I think that is probably the worst idea I've ever had, and I've had some very bad ones. Is there a way to, is the egg familiar at all? Like the pattern, the size,
I do not think it would be to any of you.
Surprisingly weak egg, given its size.
Oh no, did we just lose our pet? Did I just kill our pet? Can I just go away?
Oh, Giger's life has been ruined.
Why would you give me a box with holes and not tell me there's a living thing inside of it?
There wasn't. It's just an egg.
In the meantime,
All right.
I would like to inspect a couple of the coins and see if I can discern if there's anything fishy about them at all.
These look to be gold coins of Faerunian mintage. They are, quite a few of them, particularly the ones on the floor, are a bit frosted together. You get the impression that these have sat here for some time.
And if I were to look for illusions, I don't detect any such thing.
How are you looking for illusions, dear Atticus? Are you just looking to
really
really scrutinize?
Yeah,
Are you proficient in arcane? I cannot remember.
Absolutely not.
No, yeah, you have a good old look. You turn these coins over. If you want to, you can.
I give one to Vanim and see if she can tell.
So for services rendered, yes. With like a smile and goes to pocket it.
Okay, then I will start scooping up gold.
So, are you taking? I'm sure that in these situations, most adventurers don't go 1, 2, 3. But for inventory purposes, I'm always going to assume that you're able to roughly eyeball an approximate amount. You are aware, I feel, that this would be too much for one person to carry. This is a lot of gold. You would estimate at an eyeball that this is about 500 to 600 gold pieces.
Give me a weight. What's a estimated weight?
Don't be
Please use
say.
metric.
Oh God, let's have a look.
No, I can
5e,
convert it, I can convert it.
weight of coins. 50 coins weigh... Wait, what? How big are coins? How much gold is in a pound?
Well,
50 coins to a pound, apparently. So maybe
if I-
actually...
A pound? In that case, I pick up
Yeah.
600 gold.
Yeah. That seems surprising. But yeah, okay.
Maybe it's a mixture of gold and like aluminum or something. You know what I mean?
Why would you say aluminum? Is that the European way? Do people
America has poisoned your brain.
Do people where you come from say aluminum?
It's just my accent, okay? Aluminum.
So yeah, you can loot 550 gold coins, Atticus.
Atticus scrambles to packing them in with a fervor.
As you're packing them, you find loose in the bag there is a folded note with a black wax seal on it, even though it isn't over like a fold, it's just on the paper.
This seems ominous, so I don't want to touch it. Like, the paper is not at all folded, it's just a piece of paper. No?
It's just wax on paper. It's folded. It's like it's been stamped, but it's not stamped in the usual "this seal prevents opening" sort of way.
Okay, I will very delicately try and see what is inside, if anything, without damaging the wax.
There is a short, very fluid note that just reads, and I haven't actually made an item for this yet, so I'll just put it in the chat. It reads 600, but don't go any higher than 400 unless it's going to lead to blood. A baby dragon should be more than enough in payment.
Yeah. I guess I will pocket the note as well. And I would, as much as I don't want to tell Gija what the note says, Atticus would tell Sire what the note says.
A dragon egg.
Would appear so. Shame that somebody kind of fucked it up.
Our quarry is not here for sure. And
I'd like to check the shell, just for colors, or like any sort of like identifying. Not that I would know what it is, but that so that I can maybe look it up later.
Does healing magic work on eggs?
Mending.
Mending plus cure wounds.
Plus a little bit of shape water.
We need some chrono magic.
So, looking at it, there is, without going into too much detail, there is some small, poorly formed shape of initial growth in all the mess of this egg. The egg itself appears to be almost like a dark grey bordered on silver, but with like ripples and patterns of blue and pink. And as the sort of dancing light spell moves around, it's also very slightly like oil slicky sort of effect on this egg.
I don't know. I keep thinking about the shrine we left and the mention of this other dragon that felled. Syntax? Could it be related?
Did it actually say that Semtax was a dragon? I thought it said that it killed Corvellium or something, but never specified what it was.
Oh, I thought, wasn't it Vanim said that this dragon was felled by another dragon?
Oh, maybe. I wasn't really paying attention.
There's no signature, there's nothing here.
Is it worth figuring out now? Shouldn't we continue?
There's no, it's a dead end.
Yes. And we should go back and continue exploring.
Unless you want to try your hand at these rocks. I mean, you're pretty strong. So am I, and so is my brother.
Does it even seem like there's still a
I
passage?
can feel a draft. DM?
Does it seem like something we can try in a reasonable amount of time, or does it look like, oh yeah, we can spend a bunch of time digging and maybe there's something somewhere?
Isn't any cave excavation all a big gamble?
Yeah,
I
sure.
mean, maybe let's give it 5 minutes to warm up and then, see if we've made literally any progress whatsoever.
I mean,
Even if
muscles
it is
we
a-
have.
Even if it is a passage, it is not a passage that the Mephit went through. And it is not a passage where the creatures might be.
I mean, it might be. We have no idea where the spider route leads. It could lead around in a circle.
Whatever it is, we've lost track of the method long ago.
Well, Obsidian will get to throwing rocks.
Sirius steps out of the way.
I'll assist them with some rocks.
With the two of you, after less than 5 minutes, you can feel a bit more of a draft coming through. And there are a few moments where you need to pause and stop because your work loosens a few more. But it begins to become clear to you that at the current pace, in about 15-20 minutes, you could clear this through entirely.
Okay.
What do you
Teamwork
think?
makes the dream work.
Continue this way? Is it worth it?
I mean,
If you didn't want to go through, we shouldn't have started.
Fine, let's just do it then. And he continues working, but not as hard.
Seda takes over and is working quite hard, trying to avoid looking back at the frozen puddle of egg yolk and... Oh,
Sorry, that's me. I just moved the light through first. But yeah, the way is opened after a time. And you find yourselves back in familiar corridors.
Ah. Well, you didn't have to swim through a second
no.
time.
What are you highlighting to me, Atticus? Is it the red square?
Yeah.
That's
I
the
don't know
bear
what
trap.
it is. Oh, okay.
Where you threw it down at the entrance, it persists through height. But yeah, I appreciate the heads up.
I was like, is this a trap that I'm not supposed to know about?
Well, it's a trap that you do know about. It's a trap that you put down. In fact, I should. Oh yeah, it's not a tile, is it? It's a template shape.
It is.
Well, it seems like we are down to only one path now.
Oh. We've come around the same way. Huh. Well, at least we're back and we don't have to do that swimming again.
That is what I said, yes.
Atticus will take the time to change into some dry clothes.
Yeah, actually, same.
And yeah, he will put on a set of his fine clothes, and he will hand Sire a set of common clothes.
Which she's completely fine with, and she puts on. They are a little bit small because her sibling's a little bit smaller.
Oh, that must have felt
Broader
good.
than her, okay? She's skinny.
And since we're back here, then I'll pick back the torch, and then this sort of like strange ethereal light takes it from Sita's hand and kind of like carries him floating next to her.
That is a useful trick.
It's not a trick.
Well,
So, do we go and search elsewhere, or do we head back into the webbed corridor?
Well, there's certainly something in there, and it seems that it's likely that the Mephit went that way. So, if he was going to go and alert his master, which hopefully is the ogres, it could be someone else. Maybe there's a king ice Mephit. I don't know. But I feel like we should at least check it out.
they are small creatures, and we know that they can be invisible. So if it is a lair of a spider, it could have probably traveled through it without alerting the creature.
Voni, you're sure this was a Yeti?
Yes, I saw it.
You saw it.
Absolutely a Yeti. Large, white shaggy fur, horns, claws.
Do one of you two want to hold on to a healing potion, by the way, in case of an emergency?
I have one.
I think you took hers off her, didn't you? And used, so yeah, she's down to 0. I mean, you used it on her. You didn't confiscate it, but hers was used.
She had one that was used?
I'm sure someone took it off her and gave it to her.
I don't know. I've got two because I found one in the loot with one of the dead bodies that the ogre killed, and then one we just found in the ice cave. So, do you want to take one obsidian or Vonim?
Always could use one.
Well, yeah, you kept falling over last time, so here you go. And he'll give obsidian a healing potion. I don't actually have an item for one, so make a note of that.
Do you not have a an ever increasing? You don't got a count for it.
I have made a default loot item, but I don't have any actual healing potions.
Ah.
Yeah, same.
All of mine were used at one point.
Let's have a look. Let me throw that into you. So if Siri has a potion of healing, you said, or if not,
I don't.
okay.
As in, like, I have a custom item, yeah.
Delete it from your inventory. But I've just given. Oh, I gave Mr. Death one, but it has not appeared in his bag. Oh, there it is. And did you say you need one, Atticus?
Yes, please. Aha.
It is done.
Cool.
Okay, what say we?
Get those lights ahead of me and let's go.
I'll keep mine behind, just to see if something ambushes us from behind. Ronnie, maybe you go behind Atticus, and I'll close the rank.
Atticus, you
Yeah.
might want to watch out for the spider webs.
Don't worry, I'll be extra careful. Dad.
I will, Gita, don't worry.
The light, please.
Oh my god.
Ah, there's actual spider webs on the map.
Oh, weren't you here last time?
Not this far.
Oh.
And you'll notice your character passes under them. Theory.
That now you're just showing off. How is that? Mental.
Are you just assuming now that we are touching the spider webs, or do we not have to roll?
You went for... Oh, yeah, of course. We had to dash through here before. Thank you so much for reminding me. If you could all please make me... Did I go with stealth or just dexterity last time? I think it was...
I'm not sure.
I think it might have been acrobatics to get through, because it isn't like a climb, it's a delicacy. If everyone couldn't please make me an acrobatics check. DC, I believe I went with 12.
Nice.
Wow. Extra careful.
Time to roll the name. So nearly a 1 for me. So nearly a 1. I think I brushed it for a moment.
Well, keep on your
Right.
guard.
Do I notice the familiar...
Not on this occasion. You saw before, like boom, 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 almost like bass strings further in. Nothing this time.
Another pool of water.
Is it, or is it just ice? Also, are those snowballs? Or eggs?
They definitely look to be egg-like in quality. Slightly, some of them slightly quivering.
I'll
Not gonna
take
lie,
it.
I kind of want to smash all these eggs.
Go for it.
Maybe we should harvest them. Do you think that Asher would like them? And when he says that, he seems really earnest about. What do you think Asher would think?
I'm pretty sure there's some toxic glands in the actual spiders, but maybe worth a try, unless you're going to smash them all.
I mean, I'm a little bit scared that if I put one in my bag, it might hatch and then spiders would crawl over all my gear, so I'm just going to leave it.
So then we'll focus on the ice and see if there's not a passageway again.
Yeah, as Vaneem's dancing lights come over, you're able to quickly see this is much shallower and does not seem to contain. You can see the floor like 2 or 3 inches below the ice. This is probably where just rainwater and snow melt has gathered as opposed to a tunnel.
Let's continue then.
Fork in the road, guys.
More eggs this way.
How's Siri doing?
Sita's waiting for Vanim to go in front of her.
Oh.
Just didn't want her to stay. Like,
I'm
nice.
busy playing Light Wiggler ahead.
I would continue down this path.
Everyone can make me another DC 12 acrobatics if you're progressing down this corridor.
Yes,
No,
I'd
check the
also
other
like
one.
to make I'd like to sort of see if like there's anything I can hear or natural 20. 2 natural 20s.
Ugh, Atticus, you fucking idiot. So, Obsidian and Siri, I haven't missed what you said, Siri. It's like entrapment. They're like Catherine Zeta-Jones and down the corridor. Atticus is the guy in Resident Evil who gets hit by the laser corridor.
Oh no.
Yeah, there are several. Are you a cape wearer? You absolutely strike me as a cape wearer.
I prefer cloak, but whatever.
Yeah, I imagine that if you do wear one, that gets caught like between two eggs and you just wrench it free. And there's a little of web strands into the ceiling. Vonim, let me roll hers. So what are you looking out for, Siri?
Noises, shadows, movement, just, your standard alertness.
Yeah, there is definitely a slight breeze down here. Oh, now you're not waiting for the names. Yeah. It is colder. You are acutely aware that it is colder air that you're feeling drifting towards you. Colder than back in the entrance, colder maybe even than outside.
Mm-hmm.
Few different options.
That one looks very narrow.
Can't really see very far down because of the light situation. I'm gonna go ahead and light a torch.
I think they lead to the same place.
Obsidian. You see this chamber beginning to open up into looming darkness, waiting for the light spell to catch up. You do notice a number of bundles of web-covered bones on the walls, some just dumped on the floor. Some humanoid, some not. But you also see on the south wall 2 large, wide doors of black metal that stand out like a sore thumb.
There is a gate ahead.
You all hear that noise. Has
more bones down that way?
Atticus lit a torch?
Yes.
Declare so!
I did declare.
When?
Before.
I said
Did
I'm
you?
going to light
Cool.
a torch.
Cool. Okay. Well, I am. But that would count as a declaration. I just didn't hear it. Cool. I was suddenly just like, huh? He's able to see in places where I didn't think he could see.
Yeah, there's more webs, but also more bundles of bones down there.
Make
Am I
me
fake?
a perception check, Atticus, as you're looking down this corridor of bone and web. Cool. Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
Do we wish to try and quickly open the gate
Oh, it looks like
Siri,
and leave?
that path just leads round.
as you step past your brother and look towards the doors that that Mr. Death has noticed, you just notice a shift on the ceiling. And you notice flattened to the cavern wall above you, there is an extremely large, pale spider.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Doesn't lunge, it's just there. You see little white eyes fixated on you, but it has not yet lunged.
Guys, we are being watched by, I'm guessing, the inhabitant of this cave. Just up there on the ceiling, no sudden movements.
Is it waiting for us to get stuck in a web, or shall we just blast it?
Well, do we need to?
I'd rather get the jump on it than it get the jump on us.
Everyone make me a perception check. Where is Vorneem?
Doesn't seem like she wants to attack us. This is her home, right? Perhaps she could just let us through.
You have seen the bones, yes?
Perhaps she's a guardian of the door? Or maybe she just eats unsuspecting travelers?
As you're
Unsuspecting weekend.
as you're discussing this, a huge weight suddenly descends on you, Siri.
Oh!
And can everybody please roll me initiative as the other one strikes from behind?
Not a spider from my back. As it does, is it gonna try to bite me?
It has bitten you, unless you have a reaction. Well, in fact, you wouldn't react because you didn't notice it. That's what your perceptions were for, versus its stealth. So it has made an ambush attack on you.
I've got a reaction that doesn't need my perception.
Ooh, what is this reaction?
It's my Kura shield. Shield.
Your what, sorry? Doesn't shield require... how does shield work if you don't know? You have no preparation. 5e, shield when surprised?
Yeah, if we count a surprise, does the surprise condition mean you don't get a reaction or something, maybe?
I think that is what surprise does, isn't it? Yeah, the character cannot take reactions and therefore can't use the shield spell is how it works. So yeah, it has... Why is bite versatile? What?
Two-handed bite, obviously.
But... Oh, I think it's because there's an extra option. So I have applied that bite damage to Siri. Can you please make me a DC 11 Constitution saving throw? Oh, I think it's already... Is it what, sorry?
Nope, I can't.
Did it need to roll to hit?
It did. Oh,
did
I hadn't taken my thing off, sorry, from when I rolled it stealth check in private. It rolled a 21.
Oh.
For a total of 6 damage, which I accidentally have clicked a second time, it would seem. So let me
No,
just...
that's no, you haven't. That's my failed Constitution.
Oh, okay.
Wait a second.
Yeah, there is a huge second spider behind you, and combat is begun.
Did it eat her?
Ignore me, just kill them.
But I mean, it will be very easy to ignore you because I don't see you at all.
Yeah, I think you just deleted her off the battlefield.
Oh shit! That was not my intent.
Are you sure that he didn't apply the damage twice, Sire? Because you are very low all of a sudden.
7 from 18, so you just taken 11 damage. So the bite was 6, and then you failed the con save, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Roof stiff.
And
Second wind time.
So
Syrah
Obsidian
Syrah doesn't have initiative, just so you know.
Correct. Oh yeah. Well, let me add her in, but she would not act this round anyway. Oh no, I almost rolled her initiative for her then. So yeah, roll your initiative. So as you're watching, this other one just suddenly fangs straight into the back of Siri's neck, just missing her tattoo. And in that same instant, the other one, clearly waiting for it, just drops and turns. And but Obsidian, you're up.
Right, yeah, I will just rush towards the one that has not attacked yet, and will slam them all right at its face. You know what, as I'm coming at it, I will just flare up a little bit, and there will be for some reason, the air around Obsidian does seem a tinge colder. Atticus, you would probably notice. I believe Syrah is... Did you mean that Syrah is incapacitated in some way already? Because you mentioned that
she's
not
surprised.
Okay. I mean, aren't we all? Okay. Either way. So the air around gets a bit chilly, and that will be right. So rage first, use, and then the maul. And it will be a reckless attack, I believe. Yeah.
Did you hit yourself?
I don't know, did I? Oh yeah, I did.
It's okay because you only took half
too
damage.
strong.
+5. It did hit the spider as well, did it not?
Nope.
Oh no, it didn't. Okay.
Spider is unscathed, but you have slapped your own face.
The retargeting during doesn't change things, I guess. Okay.
So what? So you add it back, and I need to make what? 5 damage to it?
10. It would be
Well,
5 to me because I'm
I
raging.
don't think that your rage damage is...
Oh yeah. 10
included.
mitigate down
Oh,
to
yeah.
5. Yeah. So,
So
10.
that would be +2 because rage doesn't seem to apply the thing.
It can do, but it's
Yeah.
not at the moment.
Okay. A heavy
And
crunch.
I will have it move 5 feet backwards.
Its size isn't an issue, is it?
I don't
It can
believe
be-
so.
it
I
can be
think I
larger?
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can be. It just meets the thing, and
It
I
is
will
not.
I will continue the assault just to get
Okay.
closer to it, and that will be my turn.
The spider will... It's going to bite at Siri again.
Sister!
At
Can I
21.
feel it this time? Like,
Not this round. Oh,
Okay,
can you feel it, did you say?
as in, like, can I? Because I guess, like, my shield is not really me casting a spell, but yeah, like, so I can't see her biting me. Despite
Not this round.
Hits. Oh dear.
Oof, good roll. Yeah, this thing this looks to almost be climbing on top, biting at Siri now, and you just see Atticus from where you are. Asby's legs are biting into her. Asby's fangs are biting into her. It's rearing itself up a little bit, and you just see the second to last back set of legs just sort of reaching back to its spinneret and starting to weave out all this web and trying to get around her. That's all it's going to do, is trying to envelop. Sorry, I viscerally upset Gija. Atticus, you're up.
Atticus is going to grab something from one of his pockets. He's gonna trace a sigil in the air and mutter an incantation. He's going to hex the spider in front of him.
What does he say? What is the incantation?
He says, "Zipik ahafa brarbim."
Nice.
And then he's going to drop the torch and bring down the greatsword.
Torch is dropped. Floor is dry, doesn't extinguish.
And I'll use my inspiration to make it advantageous.
Oh!
Worth it. Fucking hell. You take off all the legs on one side, causing it to almost list fully and certainly stopping its weapon. There is a loud screech as the creature looks like it suddenly tries to recoil, but cannot with half the legs. Anything else from Atticus?
Nope.
Big damage.
Don't mess with the Gladstone siblings.
What's that?
Don't mess with the Gladstone siblings.
It should have advantage if it's attacking me.
Yes, it is. Thank you for reminding me.
Public roll.
Oh, for God's sake! It was both missed.
I saw that.
I'm gonna click attack one more time, but no. Oh yeah, it is a public roll. Both were public.
Oh, I see them now. Maybe it was delayed for
Interesting.
some reason.
Yeah, maybe. The third one was just so I could see if it was what the prompt box was. Yeah, it attacks a couple of times. It fails. It is going to try and move away from you.
I will slam at it. That's probably normal, right? Like, doesn't carry forward. Yeah, well.
I'm pretty sure Reckless says the round, isn't it? The wording?
I will check that. Reckless. During this turn.
Oh, bummer.
Okay. This is all. This is a big first turn. This is. Siri is surprised. It feels like so many things. Hold on, is it? Yeah, Obsidian moved too. Yeah, this is all still the first 6 seconds. Yeah, Siri is surprised. Vanim cries out. She steps back, seeing what's going on, looking up from this big spider to Siri. She is going to... Now, I'm going to take a slight liberty with how this spell works because of Baldur's Gate. She is going to... Where's it gone? Reaches into her robe and brings out her last, only small healing potion. Throws it up into the air, and with a very quick incantation, it hovers, and she... At great speed, it flies across and shatters against Siri. She's basically used my damageless, toned-down version of a catapult spell I made, Slingshot, to slingshot a healing potion at you.
Is it gonna crash against my face, or do I just can I grab it?
It is... Yeah, sure, you can grab it and drink it. The flavour of it would be that it is cracked and splashed. It's basically a cooler way of throwing. So let's have a look. Roll 2d4 plus 2. Oh, did that not roll? For some reason, I did that as Atticus.
And it's 70, so...
Yeah. Here we go. 8, which I will now apply to Siri. 8 back.
Thank you.
Top of the round, Obsidian.
Well, not exactly knowing how far the spider might have crept away. Oh, and there's no light there. Yeah, not going that way. I will just rush back towards the one that is still...
Then it looks like it is a mercy to kill this thing now.
Well, I will try to deliver with an advantageous attack. I will recklessly go at it. Just to try and take it down. Good. Right.
Atticus, make me a wisdom saving throw, Atticus. Let me just... Okay. You tell me how you kill it.
Well, I'll just take a good hit at the fangs right through the skull, just sort of flatten the head, and as it cracks, it crumples to the ground. Just sort of, without those legs, it already is like close, probably. You just smack it against the
One of the severed legs just twitches feebly several feet away.
And then I'll just step right on it and run through to guard the tiny passage.
Okay.
And that's me.
Atticus.
So you'll pick up the torch from the floor and say, at the moment he's not going to say anything, I think, but he's going to start heading around the other way so that there's someone looking out for Sire from here.
And as your light spills into the cavern, you see this spider sort of mid-turn back to face you as it's still scuttling away.
This is a bit weird, but can I have picked the torch up and then still drop it again?
Yeah.
Then I'll come in and do some stuff to it. I will... I'll drop the torch. I will, I guess, move the hex onto it with my bonus action, and then hit it again.
Hits. Jesus. These are big hits. One of its mandibles flung from its body. Anything else from you?
That is all.
The creature will, in desperation, why is that rolling damage? No. I wish to just place a template. Oh, this isn't the spell. This is against the creature. Sorry, I should have targeted you. My bad. I'm just going to redo that.
Roll lower. Hooray!
Yeah. And we'll attempt to step away.
Ha-ha!
So dead.
29 damage. It only had 26 health in the first place. Tell me how you kill it.
It's like, backing away carefully, and Atticus charges after it recklessly almost, to use obsidian terminology, and just brings it down in an overhead straight through its little spidery head, or quite big spidery head.
Crumples to the floor.
Well, I think that was a job well done, guys. Sire, are you okay?
No. Yes, I'm fine. What?
There are horrible. You're just very aware, Siri, of just all the horrid filaments of webbing that are on, like, your hips.
Yes. Can't believe this thing tried to eat me.
I mean, this place is full of bones, Sire. I think we should have just tried to kill the one that we did see, but don't worry. I've got your back.
Thank you.
Obsidian will keep looking for further signs of any spidery activity.
Maybe a perception check, Obsidian. No, you don't see any people spiders.
Also, Obsidian, for future reference, I had that handled. So, if it looks like I've got it, it's kind of bad etiquette to like swoop in and finish it off. So, just so you know. I mean, I got the other one anyway, so not that big of a deal, but you know how it is.
I'll keep that in mind.
Appreciate it, bro.
I'd actually try to see if there's anything harvestable from the spider. For
How about we do it as we are coming back?
Are you sure we're coming back? Okay.
Well, if we die, then who really cares? Maybe it's like a Skyrim dungeon where there are always loops.
There's this weird chord, and it's the Adventurers Guild on the other side. Everyone's
That's
like,
like the most.
"Oh!"
That's like the most tropey, but at the same time, I'm so grateful it exists mechanic out there.
100%. First time I found that in my first Skyrim dungeon, and being like, "Oh, that is bloody lovely." So yeah, two large dark metal doors. There is a carving on each door. It looked like it was just damage at first. 3 long, slightly curved claw marks that, if it weren't for the symmetry, would look accidental.
Nadim, would you know if this might be enchanted?
I can certainly investigate.
Holy shit.
It's very loud. And over the din of the spell, she shouts, "No! I'm not getting anything from it!" It's very loud.
Alien tractor beam right on us.
I will adjust that sound level slightly.
The animation is strong as well.
Use your GGLX permission. What are you trying to do to me?
What?
All right.
I got a weird notification. Never mind.
Are we sure that other passageway was definitely a dead end, by the way? Because we didn't fully explore it. I'm just, want 100% this place.
Do we just target the door? Or...
Sure, we're here, so, do your thing, bro.
No. No. Can I just... I would like to inspect the doors myself, and I like to check it for traps, like physical traps, not necessarily magical traps. And also to see if there's a lock, and if it's pickable.
The door has been tagged on, anyway.
Has been what?
It has been tagged on, just so the DM knows.
Tagged on? I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, so you had already touched the door.
yes.
When you
Does it explode?
No, it swings open immediately and easier than it should, revealing a crystalline, frosty tunnel beyond, and the howl of wind, and a different map.
It did unlock now, yes.
Yeah, I didn't lock before because I'm used to people like mad who are like, well, I'm gonna use my feline, I'm gonna dash across the room, open it, and go into the next fucking map DM. And it's like, "Argh!"
I see.
So yeah, there is a passage leading further in what looks from a cavern like this to then suddenly be a very artificial, sort of carved, deliberate sort of excavation. Do
So
we
what do you
wish to
think?
proceed?
Do we proceed, or do we want to do like maybe see if we can grab some venom sacs now and maybe take a little breather, or are we looking? Or are we looking to push straight on?
I'm okay either way. I don't want to dally here too long, if I'm honest.
Okay, then in that case, let's get going.
I mean, it does seem like they are very important to you.
Well, I'm currently concentrating, so let's hurry up.
We're going.
Okay. I think in the going, we find a great and natural place to take our 10-minute break. So I will see you all in 10. So, the corridor extends for a while before branching out into two paths. But you're able to see that it's a bit of just a design choice, and they continue into the same place because this map has two entrances, and I just wanted to quickly hand wave it. Let me drag you in. The main thing you notice as you walk is it is snowing.
Inside?
Yes. I'll take us to the scene.
Oh. Oh. Oh my.
Yeah, this chamber opens up into something that an inexplicably large space. You see the ceiling just covered in jagged ice. A large statue standing next to you, holding a great icy blade, some 15 foot tall, that digs into the floor. What do you do? Or is it still loading for some of you?
No.
Nope. I guess I'll go and check whatever this is first. That looks like
I'm-
frozen people.
Yes, I'm staying next to Atticus. Let's all stay together. Not too far.
Going over, you find, what looks to be a statue made of ice. Perhaps somewhat comforting. It only takes a second or two to realise this is either the ugliest man who ever lived, or is actually a very bad carving. It doesn't give vibes of someone who's been petrified but in ice. Again, unless they were tremendously unfortunate looking in life. And there are a number of large, almost mason tools scattered on the floor. One thing I will give you there is not is the documentation and scrolls that you see on the map.
Okay. So there's carved ice people, some tools potentially.
Badly
or something.
carved ice people.
Okay. And the ice person's not holding anything in particular.
No.
Okay.
You also notice that they have too many fingers on one hand.
Ah, an AI was used here.
Yeah.
Looks like some carved ice people. Not the best work I've ever seen. Although, big guy up here with the sword. Now, that's impressive.
Siri, you, as your brother's talking, you just filter out and pick up. You hear other voices fairly nearby. Deep
It's loud.
voices in some sort of conversation.
We're not alone. She's going to immediately. Which direction?
From the south.
From the south. She's going to skulk around the wall. Can the rest of you hear them now? Or just my...
If they stop and
smart
strain... Yeah, if they stop and really strain against the howl of the wind, then maybe they hear some sounds they could attribute to voices, but you've heard that there are two voices in a loud, almost shouting match discussion that's drowned out by much of the wind.
Since it's not needed, I'll put out my torch.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't bring the light spells through for that reason as well. There's just soft light coming down from some of these larger crystal and ice clusters.
I'd like to just peek out the corner, around the corner.
Are you attempting to be stealthy?
Very, yes.
Then make me a stealth check.
We've all clung to the walls and we are trying to be very, very stealthy indeed.
Yeah. Peeking around, you find more of these crystals making almost a little path down. And over in this huge area to the south, you see there is a large ice-carved throne, upon which, leaning forward, is an enormous, unmistakable from the description, yeti. And it is pointing a long clawed finger at one of two slightly cut up looking ogres wielding weapons. And there appears to be, just from what you can glimpse, some sort of dressing down being given to these ogres from the yeti.
Should I be able to see any of that?
I had not revealed them yet.
Ah, I see. Okay.
Atticus is like craning his neck to see what Sirei and Obsidian are doing. He's just gonna like holding his greatsword, gesture to it, and then like gesture around the corner.
Obsidian will turn to Sirei and raise 3 fingers.
She'll go 3 to Atticus and go.
I thought you were going 3, 2.
And yeah. Question. This is raised. This part.
Yeah.
Okay, so it does seem plausible to just hide behind that.
Yes.
After descending here. Okay, yeah. I think Obsidian will keep low to the ground and sort of roll around it and try to get there.
I'll follow close. She's going to say to Atticus, because there's this looks like it mirrors, right? Like, would that be like an assumption that this sort of corridor mirrors to the left?
That would absolutely be you assuming, yeah.
I mean, Atticus just sees Obsidian start to push forward around that corner, so I suppose he would either push around the side or down the center, but kind of looking to Sirei for
If
some
you go to the
tactical
center, I'm going to
information.
try to stop you. Yeah.
Okay. He's gone.
Wait. Oh.
Where's Verneem, by the way?
She's with you.
Obsidian wouldn't know. So.
She's with Siri, yeah. I'll just get her with Siri.
Siri's also skulking.
Well,
You probably need
Atticus and Siri are going to be making some stealth checks now.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the stealth slipstream of Obsidian.
Stealth check with disadvantage, but it's a low DC because it's snowing.
Atticus, your plated boot accidentally kicks a shard of ice that, in an almost rugby ball level chaos, tumbles down a step or two, and then just goes off at some crazy angle, and just sort of slightly clinks and ricochets a little bit clumsily in this cluster of icy crystals to the south of you. And Obsidian, you notice both the ogres still looking at the Yeti, sort of heads hanging slightly, but this Yeti just, its head turns and it pauses for a moment. And you see that it's suddenly looking over in the direction, roughly, of where your companions were a moment ago.
Huh.
And the Yeti puts its hands on the arms of its throne and just slowly stands and peers.
For some reason, I haven't questioned it before, but now it does strike me as slightly awkward that I'm not seeing through here. What is this? Is there a barrier?
Yeah, stone, like wall.
Oh,
you've come
so we can
down
see
to like
through
a
the glass, but we can't see.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But we can't access this, as in, like, we can't walk through this glass.
It would be difficult terrain, unsurprisingly.
But doable.
Pardon? Yeah, if you can see through it, you could walk across it. It would be difficult terrain.
Sure. So the way through is here.
Yeah.
Not there.
Or going back up and going down the central steps.
I haven't seen any of this, so...
No.
And
yeah, Obsidian, you see something must have been said, because the ogres raise their heads and turn around and are much more almost like...
Then we'll get a bit lower and just sort of observe them as we go. Try to keep an eye out.
Is it? Yeah.
All right. Throw a look towards Sire and see if Sire is alerted as well, or if she's unaware. And he'll try to get her attention if Sire seems.
I think Sire is looking at you, so when you look at her, you see her freeze in place.
Gives a light shrug.
Do we parley, or do you come to quarrel?
Sit and we'll wait. See what the siblings do.
There's one talky sibling and one less talky sibling. So the less talky sibling also holds.
Yeah, the talky sibling is the violent one. I'm gonna have to come start peeking around the corner because I can't even fucking see what's happening. Oh shit. He's just gonna start striding out, looking confident. Well. If it isn't the famous Yeti we've been hearing so much about. What is this fancy place? Do you fancy yourself some sort of ice king or something?
There is only one Ice King, and he permits me to bastille myself here, that I might collect tribute in his name.
That's what you've been doing to the townsfolk, is it? Collecting tribute?
Yes. And food. And sport when it calls for it.
Where's Vereen?
She's dead because you asked too many times. No, here she is.
Sire is just going to whisper, do Yetis usually speak?
Absolutely not.
You were expecting a stupid
sent.
beast.
Oh. Many
often do. I have been blessed, and as you see, the lesser races come to me.
Blessed by
They-
whom?
Mithras, who else but?
Do I know who Mithras is?
All of
Got
you
a
make
forgotten
me a
Ramsgard.
history check. DC 16.
I did not pay attention in school.
Yeah, we weren't.
Today.
We're totally homeschooled because except for
Is Obsidian even going to roll?
Oh, he knows.
He is. Atticus and Obsidian, for different reasons. I imagine Atticus, your Obsidian, yours was maybe clan tales when people would exchange stories. Atticus, yours from history. Mithras, you recognize both of you as being the name of a particularly vicious adult dragon that has roosted and and basically extorted several different regions of the Sword Coast over the last century or so.
I see. There is recognition in at least some of your countenances.
A name I've heard before, yes. And where does Mithras harass these days?
Wherever Mithras pleases. Can you imagine? Can even I? The distance one can travel on a whim.
He tries to click his fingers, but he has long nails, it doesn't work. But he still makes the gesture.
To travel the breadth of the land in even a day.
And you do his bidding in exchange for...
His work, his gifts, he empowers me.
Understandable.
I hope you weren't the custodian of his progeny as well.
What?
And never mind.
Yes, shut up, Siraj.
So again, parley or quarrel? I am prepared for both.
I mean, what is there to parley about? Do you have something that we want?
You have come here seeking what? Have you mindlessly heeded the call to come and slay a terror of frigid wastes, or has curiosity brought you here?
Atticus?
Would you not hear what Mithras can do for you? Or shall I simply add you to the next tribute pile? You have some baubles of interest about you.
You know, that really is a head scratcher. So, I guess the guy on the left. I'm gonna start blasting.
Okay. Let's all roll initiative.
For a moment, Sida was a bit nervous. And then the call to violence somehow relaxes her.
That is disappointing.
Fuck. Yeah, the one time I'd actually like to roll high.
Oh my god.
So, yeah. With a click of the fingers and combat music should be coming in, would we appreciate if I turned down the howling of wind?
now that we've heard it for a few moments.
I don't mind. Whatever you want.
Whatever's worse for you.
I can always turn it down on my end if I need.
That's true. I have dropped it anyway. So yes, this first one is going to...
Is there any chance that I get anything off, or are they too prepared for seeing me move that they'll be
So
able to go?
unlike before where you weren't aware of your surroundings, I feel like this is everybody stood tense in a combat lobby. I feel like that's it goes to initiative, unfortunately.
Okay. I drew my pistol slower. Stop!
Oh yeah, of course. Is it stop one away?
No.
You tell me how you'd kill this goon, which had significantly more HP than any other minion you've encountered before, but it doesn't seem to have mattered.
I mean,
Oh.
I was 100% ready to fight, and I was hoping that, you know, Obsidian and Sarah would be able to take the one on the left. So as soon as he's coming, I'm already prepared, and I'll just swing up in a quick stabbing motion that just hits the spot.
Nice. Okay, yeah. It just goes down. Siri.
Well, that's done. Okay. Knowing that her brother has her back, she's going to step in formation and just legitimately just approach the Yeti. We came here for your head. You will make no more terror around these lands. Wow, my English, wonderful. And her sword glows a little bit as she tries to hit the... Wow. I should have stayed in bed today.
Yes. If only your arm had as much conviction as your voice.
I took a cold swim to get here. Maybe not the brightest idea. But, you know, some of that coin you stole, we stole it back. And that's it.
Anything else from you?
No.
So as your turn ends and as you swing, as he sort of leans away and says that, he just quickly lashes out and is going to make a legendary attempt to grab you. But it misses. You just twist away from it. Okay.
Did you also go swimming in the cold water
Vanim.
today?
He's always in the cold water. Looking at what's happening, Atticus having just cut someone down, but still having some. Atticus swings and looks like he's ready to go in for more. Vanim just quickly steps forward and does through and grabs on and is in a true strike Atticus. Get him! And she dips off to the side. Atticus.
Oh, it me. Well, I guess I'll continue with what I had planned, which was to move the hex onto the other ogre. And then I will start running in to assist Siré, and on the way I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
That's the wrong button. Where is it? It's not working. Oh, I think I might have disconnected. Let me refresh. Oh.
What was that noise? Because nothing happened on screen.
No, I just I was just doing an Eldritch Blast noise. But now that I'm back in, I see all the Eldritch Blasts from all the trips I did.
Oh yeah. Well, none of them did an effect.
No, that's fine. Just loading the scene. There we go. Damage pass. Advantage from true strike. Yeah. Oh god. Truly appalling.
Does it apply to spell attacks? True strike. Cool.
Good.
Don't know. I will go in and start trying to slightly flank the Yeti.
Yeah,
And
first
that is
attack
everything.
roll. Nice. Okay.
Is that used up now?
Is what you stop. True strike. Yeah. The other ogre comes up and throws a heavy, pudgy fist at Sire. But misses. Obsidian,
Right
it is
on.
you.
Yeah, Obsidian will rush towards the ogre and jump right at its. Oh, Rhea.
Oh, sorry, before you do, I forgot. At the end of... No, do you know what? I missed more than one turn. Doesn't matter. Go on.
He'll just rush towards the ogre and jump towards its throat with hungry jaws recklessly. And so that's that. And honored strike, advantage.
The hungriest
Oh,
of
and
jaws.
that didn't target, but that's fine. So 13 damage to the ogre from an attack.
Tell me how you kill it.
Well, so I imagine because Obsidian will then follow up with a maul attack towards the Yeti. So I think like sort of hangs from the neck of the ogre as he sort of jumps up, and as the ogre is falling and Obsidian on top of it, he will just also swing the maul, trying to get into the Yeti, and then tumble over to the other side of the already bleeding out goon.
Okay.
With a advantageous maul attack. Fortunately not a crit. But still, slamming right at it.
Yeah, right into its side.
And do I want it to move is the question. If I move it away from... Yeah, I will get it 5 feet down
Just takes
to give...
just 2 steps back. Make me a perception check, Obsidian.
30. Mm-hmm. Sure thing. Perception mode.
Okay, thank you. Anything else from you?
No, that will be all.
Okay. As your turn comes to an end, it will make another swipe. Failing. Okay. Then it is its turn. So, it will look at you, Obsidian, in outrage at this strike you've just made in it, and just leans forward and this long roar right in your face. Can you please make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw? Just Obsidian. It's very targeted. 12. You find yourself suddenly aware of the gravity of the choices you've made and the size and just power of this creature. And you are frightened. And yeah, Sire and Atticus, you just see a slight faltering in Obsidian's arm. He is then going to swing his I don't know if I think I mentioned he was sat down his club. He then's going to swing his club at Atticus. And then try to follow up with a fist.
Oh,
Which hits.
he fisted me.
Oh, and can he still? Yes, he can. Okay, so there's the damage of the fist. This hand just reaches round and fully lifts Atticus a couple of feet off the floor. And then... Go away. And he is going to go people bowling. He is going to throw you 30 feet horizontally. Each creature in the thrown creature's path. So I'm going to need Siri and Vorneem to make a DC 13 Dex saving throw. You, Atticus, are going to take 2d6 bludgeoning damage and are prone. If you can please take that much health off. I'm going to have Vorneem make a Dex saving throw. DC 13. She rolled a 19. She is fine. It's not half on a save. Siri as well, if you made yours. So Siri and Vorneem managed to just get out the way. But yeah, Atticus goes flying and would land. Yeah, just lands prone, heavily on the floor. That
Quick
is.
question.
Yes.
With Heavy Armmaster, it says reduces damage that you take from non-magical weapons. Is being flung across the room into the floor.
It's basically falling damage. Does it negate falling damage?
Not explicitly. Non-magical weapons.
It's not a weapon attack, is it?
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. And that's his turn. Siri, you just see this exchange when your brother just lifted and...
Sida is going to look at Atticus and say, "Don't let him get into your head," and just going to flank the Yeti. We're not using flanking rules, right?
No.
No. Okay, well, this is just for, good martial training.
Of course.
And Booming Blade, the Yeti. Does that hit? Oh, it hits.
Hits 19, yep. You didn't look like the sorcerer's kind.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Who do your gifts come from?
Someone that doesn't need me to kill people to bestow gifts on me. And then she readies like another strike.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes. That's right.
It's a legendary action. He will turn for a moment, grin, and just give a heavy stomp. And as he does, all the crystal and ice around the room just goes falling off as the platform becomes smaller. And you do not hear the impact of the crystal and ice hitting anything below.
Were these scratched
Vorneem.
there before?
Does your character? Do you? If you don't remember, I guess your character doesn't remember.
Did he just make the platform smaller?
Yes.
Yeah.
He stamped them, the outer ring all fell away. He got rid of. So it was this. Yeah. It's then this.
Oh, fuck.
Vorneem looks to you. Do you quickly? Do you want help, or should I try and restrain him? No, I'd get them. Yes, go. And she's gonna true strike you again, Atticus.
Okay.
Over here! She's gonna shout over to it. Atticus, it's you.
I will spend 15 feet standing up. Move 15 feet in. I will blast.
And what do you say as you blast?
I say, it will shape them. It is jeb.
You need to record these with really high reverb on.
Invelium V. Yeah, hits.
For a tickly 2 force damage.
It's true.
And I will second wind myself. Nice.
Very nice. Anything else from you?
All done.
As your turn ends, the club is swung in some vicious backhand as he staggers back from the blow. He swings the club at Siri. Can you react to a 24, Siri?
I can, and I will.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Uh,
I did click.
the,
I did just click damage, but I don't think it applied. Good.
No. Yeah, yeah, as it does, like the sort of like sparkle of like little energy that's on the sword just kind of envelops her and protects her.
Okay.
See? Gifts.
Hate to break it to you, it would seem that shield took your AC to 23. The attack was 24.
Yes.
It's higher than your
Well,
shield.
then I wouldn't use.
Yeah, you wouldn't have, but you will take this damage.
Like, ow!
There's this huge club just, and it looks like it's dark. It's not a dark wood with just jagged shards of ice coming out. So yeah, that was Atticus' turn. Frightened Obsidian, it's you.
Obsidian will gather himself a little bit and just sort of try to in his face right
So
back.
what, he becomes Futurama Nixon.
I have no idea how it came to, so that's
Okay.
up to you. So with a mole, that will be then with regular without this. Oh, no. It just assumes that I have disadvantage from frightened. It does not allow me to change that.
I will.
Oh wait, no.
remove it for a
Okay,
moment.
okay. No,
Okay.
It was just the window opened weirdly, and it cut the buttons. Everything works fine.
Wow.
Critical.
See, they laughed at the roll.
Add in the 2 rage damage. Too late.
Yeah, 20 it will be.
A
And
beautiful
another 5 feet forward. I mean, downwards, map-wise.
That doesn't trigger the. Does that
No, it's
trigger
4.
the? No.
Forced movement.
If I stay within 5 feet from it, that doesn't count as me getting closer to it, does it? So I can just walk around it. Because the distance doesn't change, I'd imagine. Frightened doesn't allow me to get closer to it.
I
that's not-
don't know.
That's not closer.
It's not. But
Yeah.
it's does it not specify you must use your movement to try and move
No.
away from a creature? It just says you can't
No,
move
unless
closer.
unless it's a secondary. The frightened has just can't willingly move closer to the source of his fear.
Okay. I feel like that doesn't make too much sense. Otherwise, you could just For now, sure, but I'll look it up. You give this group gives me fucking homework every week. I swear to God, every week I'm like Jeremy Crawford. Okay, yeah.
Oh, look there. Sure. Just lay next to it, and that's me.
Okay. The Yeti, first of all. Oh, actually, as what I didn't describe was because it was a big hit. As you strike it so hard, you all notice a quick ripple of like bright blue energy that just seems to shimmer from toe to head for a moment. And the creature just seems to steel itself slightly. It is going to, first of all, if my mouse comes back, where is it? There we go. It is going to make a fist attack on Obsidian, who has just struck it
Advantageously.
advantageously. Astoundingly bad. And then he is going.
Do I get any more rolls against the fear after my turn ends or something, or is it just staying on?
Just to the end of the ogre's next turn. So at the end of this turn, you stop being afraid.
Cool.
And then it will. It's trying to stop. Yeah, it's going to swing the club back at Siri. It's trying to go for both of you. Unbelievable. Siri, it's you.
I'm going to second wind. First things first. As she tries to reel and steady herself and concentrate on her breathing and her training. Oh, heals back to full. Steps in front. Actually, that's probably not going to be a... There's no good positioning here. This is better than the alternative. So she steps in the front and is going to strike him again. He is taking damage, right? Like you said about this energy field. Okay, fine. No, that was almost a natural 20. Dimash. And she's just going to get ready for another blow, keeping her eyes trailed on the club.
Yeah. As this happens and you step back, you see across the room, these creatures, his eyes have been darting around, watching each of you. Vonim goes to clearly start casting something, and the Yeti just goes, "No!" and just reaches down to the floor, picks up a fistful of snow and hurls it. And as he releases the snow, you just hear, "Oh God, no!" from the snowball as a bundled up mephit explodes at Vanim in a death burst.
Oh no!
Oh, it dies immediately.
Oh, it didn't roll up properly. Let's have a look. DC 10 dex saving throw versus 1d8. So DC 10 on Vanim. 9. She takes roll 1d8 slashing damage. Ooh, max. So this just explodes in her face. Ice and shrapnel blast everywhere. And you hear a cry from Vanim. Then it's Vanim's turn. She half staggers, half stumbles out of this, perilously close to the edge, then seems to think better of it and steps away. She is going to, looking around the group. My God, I made this such a utilitarian, but 5, 10, 15, 20. She's going to do the same. She is going to try and tap True Strike on Atticus again.
I think she's got a thing for me.
Yeah, clearly.
And then at the end of her turn, the creature is going to... he's going to try and make a fist attack against Siri.
Okay, now the shield's gonna come
Now
up.
you're gonna shield? Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yes.
The hand just... you see this huge clawed fist just tries to wrap around your head. Tries to pick you up fully by the skull. And you manage to... Well, tell me how you dodge it. Also, it didn't also get you, Atticus. Yeah, he was trying to just pick you up by the head. But you see it coming.
It tries to do so, and then this, like, beam of light just rushes from the sword to her head, and as he goes to touch it, it kind of just like scolds him with like radiant energy that obviously does no harm, but kind of like withdraws.
RP energy, yeah. Okay,
RP
you're
energy,
up.
exactly.
Yes. Unfortunately, being thrown across the ice hockey rink and crashing to the ground meant Atticus lost concentration, as is understandable. So with Vornim's tap, he's going to charge right in Greatsword in hand. Nice. Comes in with a big swing,
Jesus.
and then he's gonna try and like shoulder barge it.
What is this?
Just the heavy weapon master bonus.
Oh,
But miss. I miss
Yeah.
the giant creature in front of me.
you do connect with it. Make me but you just don't manage to shove it. Maybe a perception check.
I perceive nothing.
Okay. Anything else, Amaticus?
Nope.
Okay then. Obsidian. It's you.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, now that the fear is gone after landing that bone-cracking slam, Obsidian will continue the assault, trying to push it back towards the edge. So, an advantageous small attack.
Hits.
Slow
Right.
and steady wins the race.
Indeed, and I would like it to move towards that little.
Just a few more steps left.
Anything else from you?
I shall reposition to there. And
Yeah?
Mhm.
Okay.
No, just
I'll have it make both as fist attacks this turn. Grabs you. Truer words never spoken. And it's gonna hurl you south. Just picks Obsidian up and Obsidian.
grab to the wall.
You fall prone, so I take that as a no.
Oh,
You will. So you. I'm going to say you take the 1d6 bludgeoning damage for hitting a surface.
sure.
So Obsidian takes a further 5 bludgeoning damage.
That would be 2.
From
That's
range, yeah.
Of
Or
course.
is
And falls out of sight.
Obsidian!
He delivered his own eulogy. Who shall be next? Siri, you're up.
Have your head, you monster. And she's going to attack with Booming Blade. Ah, my mouse is also gone. Okay, sorry. There we go.
Yeah!
Natural 20!
Nice.
And
Look,
you
he's
know
looking
what?
in a bad way.
She's gonna action surge.
Nice.
Misses.
You
Okay.
attacked. It misses yourself.
Oh.
Oh, wait, what?
I don't know.
Well,
Reroll,
this is-
reroll, but actually targeting him.
Why would you do? I didn't change my target. You want to take the 16 or should I reroll?
I won't give an opinion because I feel like you haven't locked in AC on this encounter, any of you. However, we have been re-rolling throughout the session rather than
I shall
transferring
re-roll.
results. Okay, that is your choice, and was the right one.
Nice.
Yeah, she's basically she's seeing red. She saw Atticus go over, and her eyes are just like not
Did
actually
she?
red, but she is. Huh?
Did you see Atticus go over?
No, sorry, Obsidian go over. And she's angry and she's mad and her hair is wild and she's no longer striking with poise. She's just now hacking at this thing. Not the head though.
Tell me how you kill it.
And yeah, as it kind of like, basically she's stabbing first to the heart, then kind of goes down to the chest, and then she's gonna kick him to the floor, and then she's just gonna like, and just collapse onto him before going to the edge and trying to scream obsidian to the abyss.
I am very surprised, but you haven't kicked it off the edge. I absolutely thought you'd go for the cinematic.
No,
Okay.
she's too busy. She's like climbed all over him, and she's getting drenched in its blood, but she's looking over the edge and trying to see if she can see obsidian.
As you're given these death blows to him, there's a moment where he kind of, you can tell, just it only takes a couple of seconds, but there was a couple of seconds where it clearly starts to accept it and stops fighting and just, he comes, as you kill him. And yeah,
Don't like that.
the Yeti is dead.
Can you see him? Can you see anything?
I can't see anything down there. We might just
Peering
have to
down.
accept that obsidian is dead.
We need the
Peering
lights.
down. The what? Oh, yep, yep,
Lights.
yep. Vaneem rushes over and casts dancing lights down as far as she can. You see a slow ripple of black icy water about 60 foot beneath, and there's patches of sheet ice over it. There is one particular segment that is very heavily broken. Meanwhile, Obsidian, you are ice cold and pitch black in the dark, and as you're struggling, no idea how deep this water is, in the sewers, in the tunnel, you at least had underfoot floor. Here, if you even let yourself dip down for a second trying to put a claw against the floor, nothing. Who knows how deep this goes, but it is unbelievably cold. So much colder than the tunnel you crawled through before, and it feels like it's just seeping in between your scales. The part that was fixed by Cromwell feels even colder, the metal picking up more than the natural gaps between your scales. And as the crushing of an inevitability of what is to come starts to maybe settle in for you, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking straight, but my thoughts are rushing straight towards the icy chain ahead of me from the vision that was sent from Ajoma.
And you
Hoping
see
that was a sign of things to come, not an end to come.
And as you reach towards that chain, you see a blue flicker and light behind it. And as you reach a bit further, suddenly slightly cooler air, slightly warmer air, as your talons breach the surface, and you see the light was this flickering orb of Voneem's just dancing high above, and you hear the others calling down.
I'll look towards them, see only probably just vague silhouettes of their hands or whatever is hanging over the chasm.
The chain is unbroken.
And he will crawl out to the ice.
Yeah.
Can you climb up the chain?
There is no clearly discernible way to get out. You saw no steps down on your way in, but Vaneem is like, I have some rope. Do you have? Do you
We
have
have
rope?
rope.
Oh, that's a good
Yes.
point. I do have some rope. I forgot about that.
We've got extra lengths of rope, actually.
Is the light that Vornim has, because it's hanging like 20 feet below her, how far does it reach? Can I see around?
I think it can be 30 foot away from you, dancing light, so I think it's kind of just halfway down towards between you and them. I think it's 30 feet, but it casts for longer. Let's have a look.
Okay.
It can be 120 feet. So no, it could be. It could be right down close to you.
Yeah. So you look around for any distinguishable features of this newfound place. Is it just the icy sheet over?
It looks like it's
water?
just a chasm of dark water held beneath this place. But like even as you're there, you see. You're slightly aware around you of like a slushy, like a slushiness to the water, and see that like the ice is creeping and it's trying to set, and it is tiring for you even being in here. It is safe to say, unnaturally cold water.
Mm-hmm. So he will then, like, he probably heard something about the rope, but he will try to gauge if the walls are at all climbable and around here.
You can try and make me an athletics check.
Unfortunately, won't be with advantage anymore.
No. Yeah, but it's just slick. Even though it looks like there's roughness to it, you find that there's no purchase to be found. You just slip. So after a few depressing moments, this rope comes dangling down and is within reach.
All right, he will get on the rope and start climbing.
And yeah, they're able to gradually hoist you up, and a battered. I'm going to say that you are shivering, even if that isn't biologically accurate. A chilly obsidian lands on the platform. Did you receive? Well, if I would tell all of you, just in case one of you has one and one of you doesn't, I would tell all of you to check the chat log for messages. But then one of you went, oh, okay, so never fucking mind my attempts to be discreet. But yeah, Obsidian is dragged back up onto the platform.
Sita is going to embrace him.
That's a very cold embrace, you will find.
But she's warm to the touch. She's warmer than
Yeah,
you are.
It's a cold embrace to you.
Yes. I know. But she doesn't seem to flinch or mind. You notice her jaw is very clenched. And as she pulls back, there's like some tears. Hard to press if they're sad tears or if they're more like just sort of. And she quickly wipes, and she just kind of then sits down and kind of goes like, "Fucking hell," and just takes a moment.
Well fought.
Look towards the beast.
Welcome back, bro. Totally thought you died.
Didn't want to take your kill.
Well, sadly, Sire got there before you, so never mind. Would have really liked to be able to claim this one, but you know, whatevs.
We should all remember to make space for you. Next time.
Right, okay. I'm gonna get to work on trying to get some stuff off of this beast. And he's gonna get out a dagger and start.
I would gladly assist you.
Before you do, let's all make, and I'm going to try this, we're going to see how this works going forward. I don't think it's ever going to fuck us. But before we begin, let's all make a nature check.
Nature? Don't be so sure.
Well, because it's one of them where I feel like, yeah, medicine is the act of actually carving and harvesting creatures up. But I feel like there'd be a knowledge of what you're going to be looking for. Like,
But we're just a very stupid party.
Yeah, well, Atticus, you would, I think, with that role, be aware that Yeti hide and Yeti horns have applications in crafting, whether it be cold weather armor, maybe used in magical weapons or medicines. So yeah, you would know hide and horn. Sounds like a really bad erotic novel, but these are the things that you could harvest.
I don't know if we want to try and get the whole head or something, guys. Like, would the Adventurers Guild be interested in that? I'm not entirely sure that we can carry that thing's head back. It's enormous. But at the very minimum, we should get some hide and horns. He's going to set
Anything to
about
serve as
doing some
proof
skinning.
that he's
If
done
I
the job.
If I remember, the gold they gave us for the last head wasn't a huge sum, especially in comparison to the reward for it. And to the gold we have already found, so probably not worth the hassle.
All right, horns and hide it is.
And Obsidian would happily try to assist with skinning the beast.
The horns, no roll required. With a little bit of elbow grease, they snap off easily. We will be requiring a medicine check to get the hide, though. It will determine a very, very bad roll, and you fuck it up. The better a roll, the more you manage to get to salvage. But yeah, make me that medicine check, whoever is performing it.
You're assisting with this obsidian?
I'd love to, but I'm not sure if that gives you an advantage. Right?
Yeah. I feel like I would normally require proficiency in it, but I feel like specifically your background and entire backstory, Obsidian, it kind of makes sense, but you would have some familiarity with the aftermath of the hunt. So sure.
Well, I'm taking the proficiency, right? Just in a moment.
And yet, so as you work on this,
Can I inspiration this, or
go on.
Would that
go
be,
on.
I would
Go
love
on.
to give you inspiration for that.
Then roll it again, Atticus.
Straight or
Advantageous. He's using his inspiration for a reroll.
yeah, thank Christ.
Okay, so there is something unusual about this as you start to work on it. You begin to get a few good portions of hide, but under the fur you keep encountering patches that are tougher. It looks almost like a burn at first, or like a rashy area that the fur's grown over, but you start to realize that there are portions underneath, particularly on the midriff and the arms, that are coming up in what can only be described as white scales beneath the fur, and that this seemed to be particularly Obsidian. When now you think back to some of those connections from the mall, they really didn't hit with quite as much drive as you were hoping. This Yeti appeared to be having some sort of scaly growth softening the blows on it.
Mm-hmm.
But still enough that you're able to get an amount of Yeti hide, Atticus or Obsidian, whoever's carrying that, which I will add to your inventory post-session. Oh, yes, Sire?
I like to harvest something for RP rather than mechanical reasons.
Absolutely. Yes!
I'd like to, when they're done, or particularly when they're done with the head area, I'd like to see if I can pull as many teeth as possible.
Yeah, you can get... Sure. I'm sure you'd have lost some over the years.
and some will be damaged, but you manage to get 12 teeth. 12 Yeti teeth. In fact, we'll say 10 Yeti teeth, 2 Yeti fangs, the big front ones.
Cool.
Anything else that we wish to do here?
I think that's all from me.
There's the ogres don't have anything. Are they carrying any valuables or?
Loin cloths.
That's what I thought.
They already sported a few wounds. It would be safe to assume from the dressing down and the wounds that perhaps these two were involved in the raid that you found the aftermath of. And these are two that managed to make it away. So,
Good work on
what?
Atticus.
What now? Whew.
Well, perhaps you need to take a moment. You look quite hurt.
That explosion. He just
Yeah.
threw the method.
Yeah. But it seems our work here is done.
There were a few side chambers at the entrance here.
Can you, now you're all talking, can you make me a perception check, please?
Sure.
The snow is heavy.
Atticus, you, as you're all talking, notice a very, very slow moving snowdrift over here that is just gradually getting closer and closer to the edge.
Where is it?
I'm trying to ping on the map, but it doesn't seem to. There we go.
Okay, I see.
Just very. It's very much like the plant pot trying to just.
Like, now I'm torn. Like, is this one of the ice methods that he was gonna throw? Do I Eldritch Blast it from here? Or
No, it's gonna be a really cute
in case
pet.
it's a pet. Do
Yeah,
I
it's a
not?
party pet.
I ready my action in case if it becomes visible from the snow and I think it's an ice method, then I'll blast it. If it's not, then I won't. And I'll say, guys, movement over there, something under the snow.
No, there's not.
Blast.
Your boss is dead. Reveal yourself. I have some questions.
Do I have
Continue
to?
with your life. You can die or you can answer my questions.
Oh, God. And there's a slow. The nose comes out first from this snowdrift. You gotta kill me.
Answer our questions. And that won't have to happen.
Okay.
The eyes. Atticus. Yes?
Is this a lie?
You know better than that.
Gotta ask.
Atticus will sigh and then just kind of, settle into a more relaxed position rather than being like ready to shoot it.
Your boss, the Yeti. His dying words were he is coming. What do you know of the dragon?
He's big. Very big. Very mean. Very Draconic?
Did he actually visit here?
Oh god, yes. You think a Yeti could shape this? This is why he summoned us. Made us toil, made us shape.
Why this cave? Why here?
He's got dozens of them all over your plane. Places to feed, places to sleep, places to scheme, places to store, places to... Oh, God!
Places to hide his dragon eggs?
What?
We found the dragon egg here, in one of the cave tunnels. What do you know of it?
Well, it wouldn't be his. Are you sure? Let's see it.
I didn't bring it with me.
Oh. Okay. Well, I think he's too old.
There's a big sack of coins. Who brought it here?
I don't know.
Do you remember if he was a human?
I've been here about 4 days.
I see. What will you do now?
Well, I would want to go home. If I'm not
this is your
on,
home.
if I'm not, no. This is where I was summoned. I'll
Where
go
is
home
home?
to sweet Cryonax. The realm of ice.
Is that like a devil?
Elemental plane.
Okay. You go there. And you stop harassing
Yes.
people when they're just trying to get around.
I was trying to get around. I was trying to sneak off and you harassed me. He only killed Grasglan because he picked her up. I just want to go home.
Do we have any more questions for this fella before he goes home?
I've got a question. Boom.
You gonna boo him?
Can I try to push? Can I try to give him disadvantage by like pushing him or something?
I mean, a crit is a crit with that.
Oh,
What is this, pink dice? Oh. But you
Force damage.
what? Why?
Do you not remember when we were outside the cave and they were trying to kill us?
This one wasn't trying to kill us.
It did try to kill us. It just
It
ran
did
away so
not.
it could inform its masters.
That's just doing his job. I said we wouldn't hurt him.
What a shot, though. Did you see that? Like, right out of the air.
You made a liar out of me.
You
know what that
it's not a
means for
lie
me.
if you followed through on all of your intentions. You had every intention of leaving him. So, that's perfectly honest. However, I suppose I did go along with your truth, which makes me a little bit of a liar.
You walk a very thin line, brother. And every day you inch closer.
An eye for an eye, sister.
Who's I? What?
They attacked us at the start.
So,
What's Noreen's expression for all of this?
I would say it went from academic curiosity to horror when the method was exploded. The small
I do not
things do not
apologize
seem
for-
to do well around us, do they?
No, and I do not apologize for his actions. Oh, she's just mad. She can't speak.
What all this? What all this?
Remember I said before, know all this. Not this, not here.
Okay. Missed that. Because I was on the other side.
The things on the other side are also not here.
Yeah.
Just a bad sculpture.
All right, and so
The big statues there, though.
Are the mason tools in good condition?
They are larger than would be typically used, but yes. We call them big mason's tools. Or is it stonemason tools for proficiency? I can't remember what the actual. Who's closest? Atticus. Let's have a look. Tool proficiencies. What do we have? Yeah, mason's tools. Yeah. So you could get a set of big oversized mason's tools if you'd like.
It's mostly resale value is what I'm thinking, but if it's not worth it, then not. I'll grab them.
Okay. You get it? Yeah.
Gonna...
Just remember the things you picked up. The things you picked up this session, if I didn't add an item into your inventory, just drop it in your channel after this session, please, and I'll make it before the next one. So what are your intentions now? I'm aware of the time. I'm also aware that this is our last session before we're back of the group. So I'll be doing a broad summary of your return to Athkatla once we've wrapped up here.
Yeah, it feels like get the venom sacks potentially. Did you want eggs as well?
I don't want to take that risk.
Yeah, I think he explicitly said how he very much did not want to place an egg into his bag.
Yeah, so Obsidian would inquire if you think that Asher would actually need those, or want those.
It's possible that they've got some kind of alchemical worth or retail value, but if you want to do that, then you can carry those.
Sure, Obsidian will do that.
Make me a medicine check. These are fairly obvious to get off. This is to see them and the condition they get off.
I'd like to assist because I would also like to keep one, maybe.
Okay, roll it again, Obsidian.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there must be some sort of finesse or trick to harvesting these, because despite your best efforts to bring the fang out with a venom sac attached, you manage just to snap off fang. You fail at harvesting any of the venom sacs with them. They just spill or tear. So yeah, you have 4 giant spider fangs, but no venom.
Do you want them for your collection, Sierra?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Do I know if the fangs do anything? Or if they have any value alchemically, or if it's just...
Make me a nature check.
Come on. Nope.
Do you have any inspiration to burn?
Nope.
No, they have a nice weight to them. You're sure that someone somewhere out the world would love it as a unusual dagger, but you don't know if there are any specific uses for it. But as the dull ache between your shoulder blades can attest to, they can certainly pierce the skin.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm keeping them.
Okay.
As we leave the cave, I would also like to do something.
Tell me.
As we leave the cave, I'm just gonna say, give me a few minutes. She's gonna go to a place on the side, and she is going to kneel in prayer, and dig a small hole in the ground, the icy cold ground, with her bare hands. Actually, no, she probably will use have a dagger.
Spider fang.
But yeah. And she buries the teeth How many fangs I have? I've got 2.
From a Yeti. 2 Yeti fangs,
No.
10 Yeti teeth.
And the spider?
4.
I'll put one of the spider fangs inside, and all the Yeti fangs and teeth, and do a little mound and say a prayer for the victims that died by the hands of these creatures, or fangs, or legs, that their souls may rest and travel safely, and that that the rest of the souls around will have been protected.
Is there a specific entity you're making that prayer to?
She's addressing.
You can DM it to me if you would prefer.
No, I think we've established that her and Atticus's upbringing featured mostly Helm, Tyr, and Torm, being those being sort of the deities that their parental figure.
Triad.
Yeah, that's what it's. But there's always there is something else that is nameless, a source of spirituality that perhaps the spirituality she feels towards the deities are kind of like academic, and like she's been told about these people and their stories and these gods, not people. But there's something else out there that she doesn't know how to name. So that entity is also included, or that spiritual power is also included, just not addressed directly, I guess.
Okay. Who was the first out of the cave? Who was leading the way as you headed out?
I imagine.
Okay. Roll for bear trap. No, obviously you would have, I would imagine, remembered the bear trap and disabled it. And is that pocketed?
Yeah, we'll take that back so that I can get my smith's tools back.
Yeah. So it is an uneventful day and a bit to travel back to Riversmoot. A quick wrap up of what you do in town before you play the recorder to get summoned back to Athkatla. You just said you want to trade. Yeah, you just said you want to remember to trade the bear trap back for your smithing tools?
It was indeed.
Yeah. You have the pelt. Any other business you want to attend to? As you do approach the town, there is a moment where you feel like you are being watched from the trees nearby. And as you linger on it for a moment, within seconds, Obsidian, you find yourself surrounded by hungry goats. More goats than you saw previously, and they are attempting to nip at, not your sleeves, but they are trying to search you for food in that very mouthy, beardy way that goats are inclined to do.
No, I don't think Obsidian has much in terms of food for them. But if he has anything, he will give it out.
It leads to obviously infighting and bickering and headbutting. But yeah, a return to town. Any business if you looked around for it, you would find Atticus, but the Luxodon has moved on. Only stayed the one night, but much else is the same in Riversmoot. Any business you want to do before you are teleported back?
I'd like to say bye to Fornine,
Yeah.
the name that I can pronounce. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vaneem is like, well, this, I don't have my companions here anymore, obviously. I wouldn't presume to impose upon you, but I do have some friends and former companions in Athkatla who I could seek out if you wouldn't mind me jumping in your spell.
No, of course. I just I remember you said you had a slight aversion about Athkatla, but I'm sure
Yes.
you can be very discreet with your uses.
Yes, I won't be intending to practice whilst I'm there, just reconnect with some old friends and see where my work takes me next.
Feel free to keep in touch. You know where to find us.
Of course. And yeah, Do you play the recorder? I specified a tune. In the item description, I
Oh my
specified a
God.
tune.
Yes, he did.
I accounted for exactly the scenario, teacher.
I don't remember what it was, but I remember it was some like stupid cheesy tune. Was it like a nursery rhyme or
It's
something?
the Hawaii 5-0 theme.
Ah, there we go.
And that's as much as I know of that tune.
There is a crackle as you are half teleported for half a tune. No. There is a moment's pause, and then suddenly the same effect that brought you here, a pull in, and this is obviously from Riversmoot, and you all find yourselves suddenly almost head swimmingly warm at the sudden transition. Stood outside the back of the Athkatla Adventurers Guild Hall, which is where we will be picking up in several weeks' time because of bloody Christmas. This was our last session for the year, but you will all be reaching level 3. So we will pick up level 3 next time. Oh. Don't tell Luca, she's still level 2. No, we ain't playing that. We ain't playing that way. So yeah, thank you very much for a longer than usual session. It was a lot of fun, and we will catch you in several weeks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.